the plan was that the very, very first paper was condensed to 10 minutes, so we're, as far as I understand, we're on schedule, and so for the next 10 minutes or so will be Professor Chandler.
Yeah, thank you. I too am very happy to be here. And don't you like these young scholars that we have heard all through the conference? Yeah. And I have to say, many of them are going out into a job market that is not very good, so any help that you can lend is much appreciated. So, how precisely is a culture of dialogue, peace, and openness built among young students? So for an answer, the obvious people that you turn to are the students themselves, right? They have the evidence there. And the researchers met with focus groups of students, one of boys and one of girls. In each group there was a mix of Muslim and Christian students, as well as students of other or no religious orientations. The students were very eager to explain this aspect of their education. And they cited repeatedly the importance of NTIC's outstanding facility, well-qualified teachers who modeled hard work and service, the creation of a multicultural community where everyone lived and worked together like family, close attention to the needs of Nigeria and Nigerian students, morality seminars, and a wealth of extracurricular opportunities, including service and travel. Okay, the facility. The students who came from all regions of Nigeria had chosen the NTIC for many reasons, but nearly all reported being struck from the first by its impressive facility. Ogwina, the 16-year-old we met earlier, said, okay, the difference between this school and other schools is great. This school has a lot of facilities which were not in my former school. Things like hot water for having your bath, a basketball court, a football field, lights, air conditioning, everything we need is in the school. He added that he had gotten sick in his former school because of the water, something other students reported as well. These students, as they quickly demonstrated, were far from captive to the school's material attributes, but the technology, labs, air conditioning, etc., were not incidental either. They indicated to the students that the general director took seriously Gülen's conviction that education demands substantial investment. The teachers, but it was the quality and nature of the teachers that from the beginning changed the students' lives. It's worth listening to the students talk about their teachers at length, for Gülen philosophy is explicit about the value of teaching. In Gülen's belief, teachers, in addition to mastering the subject matter, should love their students like family, give generously of themselves, and continually model the behaviors they want the young people to develop. Students were clearly convinced of their teachers' excellence. In this school, you know, they don't just select any teacher, 16-year-old Lacrame May said. They give them a really, really hard exam, and they select the best, the ones that scored the highest. Others compared NTIC teachers to teachers in their former schools. In my other schools, a student said, teachers made education boring, but here you see teachers who want to teach, who want to know they are putting something in the minds of these children. If I can see this person gives half his time to me, I just hold my attention to him. And students clearly noticed how hard their teachers worked. Our school starts like by 8 a.m. prompt, said Ogwine. Excuse me, the teachers start coming by 6, and they don't just leave immediately after school, they stay late, so forth. Well, I skipped a slide. Can you do that? Students appreciated further that teachers did not simply stick to textbooks, but went out of their way to integrate classroom lessons with the outside world. For students like Ogwina, this atmosphere was critical, and I just love this quote. Yes, he said, this school allows its students to show their talents, to express themselves in different ways, and that's exactly what caught my eye, because I am a free person, and I'd like to show people what I have and what I can do. Students also appreciated how teachers viewed them with respect and as people from whom they, the teachers, could learn. The people here at NTIC, another student commented, always give advice how to develop our country. Our teachers are very respectful, and they do not say, we are teachers, you are students. No, they are learning from us. They don't have that superiority complex. The creation of a multinational community. The NTIC had brought together a student body composed of boys and girls of many cultures, languages, religions, and classes, so as to give students everyday experience in successfully living with each other. Students were well aware of how special this situation was and how much they and their school were defined by it. Kojo Idris, a Muslim student from a poor family who came to NTIC because of his high scores in the math competition, said, "This is not a Nigerian school. They bring people from other countries. They want to teach us how to socialize with foreigners." Another student added, "This school does not say, 'Hello, Nigerians, come and attend our school.' This school is open for all kinds of people." So I would like to say this school broadens our horizons. I think it is very valuable for us as Nigerians because we have huge problems between tribes and religions. Students also appreciated that the school brought together both rich and poor students. They try to open doors to poor people, Lacrime said, and when they finish up this school, they will find a way to get them to universities, not local universities, no, top universities, so that they can have connections with the world. The students and their parents repeatedly expressed appreciation that in this deeply divided country, there were no divisions between Muslims and Christians at the school. A young woman explained, "We have no problems. We are all in this together. We love each other. They make us understand that religion is between you and God. I don't have to make her see things the way I see things. I just have to love her for who she is. Everybody minds their own business. We don't even discuss religion." Morality seminars. Gülen repeatedly stresses the importance of teaching students sound ethical and moral values, and in the NTIC, a good deal of that occurred in morality classes. Lacrime May explained, every week in the Nigerian Turkish colleges, they organize seminars about moral values. We learn how to live together as human beings. The classes seemed to be popular with the students who spoke of them with affection. One student smiled, remembering his first encounter. I went to the class because I knew that they were going to drink tea afterwards. But the second time I went because I was curious to hear what they were going to tell us, because that first time was even sweeter than the tea. The classes evidently had a major impact on the students. For favorable reports of their behavior were widespread. When they went out in the city, the boys laughed, "We behave and act differently," and said people would ask them, "Are you from the Turkish colleges?" Okay. Travel. Both students and parents spoke enthusiastically about extracurricular opportunities at NTIC, especially those involving travel. Let's see. Last year we went to Turkey, Kojo Idris said. They want to show us how life really is in other countries. The students were delighted that in Turkey they got to stay in top-class hotels. We went to restaurants. We visited cousins and friends. We were welcomed in individual families. Wow. And this is some summaries from the students. At the close of the interviews, researchers asked students what they'd learned from their experience. The thoughtfulness of the students' answers speaks volumes. Okay, I'll just say one thing. Okay. This young man said, well, universally, the students talked of returning to Nigeria after university. study. One young man said, "I've always wanted to make an impact on my country, but our current leaders also have the same views. It's like when they get the money blinds them. So I am praying that when I get there, that the money won't blind me." And Nasiru had the last word. "I want to be the first female president of Nigeria." One more. One more slide. The NTIC are still young, and many questions about their effectiveness remains to be asked and answered. This research is but a beginning. Will the students return? What will be the long-term impact on their lives of Gülen's philosophy? Will they continue to practice intercultural dialogue? As they move into leadership in Nigeria, NTIC graduates not only will work with Nigerians, they will also confront powerful entities like the international oil corporations, who are accustomed to a free hand in extracting Nigeria's wealth, and in the past have masterfully brought off many leaders in their efforts to do it. How will these young men and women, rigorously trained in the spirit of dialogue, respond? These are questions that will be more fully answered, we hope in many cases, by NTIC alumni researchers themselves. At this point, though, we can safely say that Abuja's Gülen-Inspired schools provide a powerful example of one effort to educate young people of many backgrounds and religions in intercultural dialogue, and is one that deserves attention from the many millions of people around the world who yearn and work for peace.
Thank you, Professor Chandler.